Hey folks, Trubie here again to talk to you about Dice Masters. At the store a little early today before our Golden Age event, so I thought I'd run up here and do the recording on the changes to Dice Masters going forward. First up, before we get to that, next Sunday we will be doing a Thor draft. We have draft packs this time. Ooh. Last time we had to do the old style way due to some shipping errors, but we're good to go with draft packs. So next Sunday, February 4th, Thor draft with draft packs. Now, let's talk about what's going on with Dice Masters. A couple weeks ago, they announced that we are moving to a living card game format. For those of you not familiar, we have collectible card games and living card games. Collectible card games are like your Magic and what Dice Masters has been, largely, where you get blind, random, rarity cards, and you have to collect to get certain cards, but then you have living card games where you just pay once and you get everything. Dice Masters is moving towards that model. We saw that already with the Ninja Turtles sets. Those were already living card game types, and also with the team packs. That's sort of also living card pack or living card game format. Cool. Going forward, they changed the Avengers Infinity set to be a it is now going to be a single purchase box set, just like the 40K Warhammer 40K set coming forward or coming out soon, and also like the Ninja Turtle and the two Ninja Turtle sets. Also interesting is because they went to the living card game, or because they went to this, they had a whole. I'm assuming they had a whole set designed out, but they now had more cards than they had planned for the draft box, or for the campaign box. And so now we're also getting two draft packs, or two team packs. I'm completely messing up my terminology today. But these two team packs, the Kree Invasion and the Justice Like Lightning. So we're still going to be getting about the same amount of stuff, and it's spread out a little bit more. So we have the campaign box, which is an MSRP of $40, and then these are MSRP 10 to 12, I think. So, what does this mean? What is good about this? What is bad about this? I generally see this as an all-around good. One of the big reasons is for my wallet. Let's go and transition that off here. So previously, I was buying one draft pack, or one. I'm completely messed up. Sorry, still getting over a little bit of illness. But so previously, I was buying one gravity feed, and either buying two gravity feeds or buying a gravity feed and a countertop display. That's what I did with Thor, and it worked out really well. But so for that MSRP, let's see, the gravity feeds are 90 MSRP, and the countertop displays are 80 MSRP. So that's $170 for those two things, and I still wasn't getting the full sets. I do not have all of Thor. I still actually don't have all of Guardians. I don't have all of X-Men First Class. That's after spending a decent bit of money. With the with the campaign boxes and with the team packs, say that you have one campaign box, which is going to be MSRP of $40, and then you say you have three team packs. Those four would bring you back up to the amount of cards that are in a full set of Dice Masters. And there you're looking at $40, then say $10 each for three team packs, maybe two. So at maximum, you're looking at $70 for the same amount of content, and you get the full set. Now, in my household, unfortunately, me and Melissa, my wife Melissa, we both play, so sometimes I have to buy two of something. Well, in this case, even if I buy two team packs for each set and also two campaign boxes for each set, that's still only $140. I'm still spending less than I would be on a gravity feed and a countertop display. So that's pretty great. And also, I only need to buy two if my wife and I are fighting over something. Generally, we're looking at about $70. That's a pretty big savings. I like that. The other thing that's nice about this is going forward, we're going to have a level playing field. So if I spend $40 and buy my campaign box, and you spend $40 to get a campaign box, we have the same stuff. So we are on the same level. There's no randomization. I didn't get this extra special super rare that you didn't. So when we play, it's basically all about construction and our playing, not what rarity we pulled out of our packs. So that's also going to be really good. The other thing we actually just saw announced the other day, because these are moving to an LCG style, big box stores like Walmart, Target, etc., they're going to start carrying these again because previously Dice Masters has been exclusive to Alliance for distribution because it was a collectible card game. Because of this change, the game is no longer the game is no longer exclusive to Alliance and is now considered it's now seen as a sealed board game product instead of a collectible product. So yeah, that doesn't mean a lot to us, but for like WizKids contract with Alliance and distribution contracts, that means that more people are going to be seeing the game and hopefully more players coming in, which is, once again, a really good thing. More exposure. And this is totally speculation, but I actually have a feeling that it's probably easier to get more IP when you are doing sealed one-off products rather than collectible products. Because I think when you say collectible card game, people automatically think Magic the Gathering, and they're thinking dollar signs, and it's probably harder to negotiate for use of an IP when they're like, well, you're going to make this CCG. We're going to make all this money. We want a cut of that. Well, if you're just saying, oh, no, we're just doing this one-off thing, the dollar signs might not be floating in their heads quite as much. So it's probably easier to negotiate for the various IP. If you look at other living card games like Legendary or Versus, those have a lot of really weird IP that you wouldn't expect to see, like, heck, the Big Trouble in Little China Legendary set. Could we see Big Trouble in Little China in Dice Masters? I don't know. I'd love to see that. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. Will it happen? Probably not, but still. I think we have a much higher chance of seeing these odd one-off cool properties happening when we have the LCG format. So now, the bad. One of the bad things is this hurts draft. Plain and simple. It's going to be very hard to draft going forward. You can do sealed events, but draft is kind of dead. But, that said, I don't see any reason why you can't move more towards a cube format in draft. So in Magic the Gathering, they have a format called cube, where basically you have a pre-put together pool of cards that everyone pulls from, makes their packs, and then just drafts like they normally would. So I don't see any reason why you couldn't still do this with Dice Masters going forward. And actually, I'm in my off time working on software that already goes back and turns older sets into draft packs. So you could do a draft pack, double rainbow draft of AVX or Uncanny X-Men. So I don't see any reason why I couldn't adapt the software to also say, oh, I want to add, this team pack or this campaign box and these two team packs. Let's do a draft of that. Put those into a team pack or a draft pack type format, distribute them, and play. So draft isn't dead. It's just it's a little more tricky. It might take some planning ahead of time, but it's also going to be cheaper if you play cube. The last thing that was always bad was in the turtle sets. You had a maximum of 3 dice. In the announcement, they actually specifically said that they're going to be more aware of their dice counts and trying to better adapt their max dice numbers for these cards based off of their playability. So if we look back at the Foot Ninja, which was in the first Ninja Turtle set, it had still trying to do this backwards, a maximum die count of 3. Now, this was a great card, but unfortunately that max 3 did really hurt it. In the bigger meta, it just didn't quite hit as hard as it could have because of that max 3. So if you bring 2 other cards from the first Ninja Turtle set in, there's also Krang and Shredder here. Both have a max 3 as well. So my guess is what we're going to see is, in a situation like this, Sorry. In a situation like this, where we've got a card that really should be a max 4, but yeah, we don't have enough of it. But we have these two cards, which are max 3 as well. If you just bump both of these down to a max 2, which they're not that likely to be useful for more than 2, and then you can bump this one up to a max 4. And you still get the same number of dice, it's just that it's distributed a little differently. I have a feeling that's what we're going to see, and that's what they were talking about in that announcement. But let me go ahead and turn those off. But hopefully that is enough of you guys hearing me ramble about the campaign box change. I think this is really good. It is a big deal. It does stink that you're not going to be able to just go and pick up a pack of Avengers Infinity like for $1. Oh, what did I get? That little thrill gamble of picking up a pack and hoping to see what you get. It's kind of gone. But it's still going to be a lot of fun. I mean, the game doesn't change. It's still the same game. You're still getting the same stuff. It's just you're not going to have that random element to it anymore. Think of it like like with Battlefield, where all the people were complaining about how it was gambling online, the Star Wars Battlefront 2. Well, we're taking away that gambling element, and now it's all just you pay up front, get everything, and you're good to go. So, yeah, I think this is a good change. Unfortunately, it means that we've been delayed a little bit. So Avengers Infinity was originally supposed to come out in February. Now it's been pushed back to May. Understandable. But yeah, in the meantime, we've got still great stuff from Thor. We've got X-Men First Class, and we've got just so much still to play with. Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's a little bit of a gap here until we get this Avengers Infinity set, but we got some great stuff to hold us over until in the meantime. So, all right. Sorry for rambling so long. I got a few more minutes to my event, so I'm gonna head downstairs, see how my I'm taking Immortals to our Golden Age event today. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll try to do a team breakdown next time so we can see how these Immortals held up in the Golden Age. So, talk to you guys later, and hope to see you next Sunday, the War Draft.